Maybe let's check with the boards, people. Let's check with the boards. I think there it is. I see me. I see myself. We are good. Hello, everyone. This is RSG OTC. We are hitting on episode 71, where we have a special guest today on top of our normal guest. So right now we've got Toof. What's going on there, Toof?
Howdy.
Howdy. And then we got Old Bob 10025. How you doing over there?
I'm doing good. I'm not special. I'm just a normal guy.
Oh, don't say that. Someone very supportive, helps with me all the time. We're going to get into that a little later. But for right now, what we're going to need to do, we're going to need you to stick around right through this intro, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back. We're here. What's going on, people? This is going to be a great episode here with both Teufel and we've got Old Bob here. Old Bob is we've all streamed. We've all definitely streamed, but Old Bob is someone who currently does, and he also does a lot of stuff with mechwarrior. His whole channel's based on that. We'll make sure that we have links to his channels all below on the stream in the description. But yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about, and it's always nice when we got a streamer on to, talk about some things. So I guess we'll break into some stuff. The main topic of tonight is we're going to be talking about noobs, and we're not going to be hating on noobs. We're actually going to be talking about people who hate on noobs. So we'll talk about that. It's an annoying thing, especially in the World of Tanks scene that I'm in. That I'm not really in, but I play every now and then, and that scene has always been like that. So that's a for sure. Now, maybe if I hit the tweet, that would probably also be a nice, smart thing. But anyways, back to that. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's talk about some things on Twitch, all right? So, what do you find is like maybe some of your like biggest obstacles like on Twitch?
Well, first thing is, the reason why you have problems is you're playing World of Tanks. I mean, I left that game like about 3 years ago. I still play it like every so often, but the main reason why I don't play it because I'm not the best in the world, so I don't really play that kind of stuff like anymore. It's a very toxic community, and what you need for noobs or for new players is to go and find a very good community of a gaming community basically that actually wants to help quote noobs
Right.
as
Right.
yeah and to answer the question though, what are the main things, the problems with Twitch?
Yeah, I mean, like some things like that you deal with. Like one of the big things I deal with on Twitch. I'm sure you've dealt with it. Now you have mechwarrior. It's great you have a community. And being in that community, it always helps when you have a community to, uh, like play more, not really think about it so much. So I don't think you deal with it as much as me. I think I dealt with it more, I dealt with it less probably in my days when I used to play Call of Duty because I was always come home play with someone. Hours would go by, you wouldn't even think about it, and I play a lot of single player games.
Yeah.
So with me playing single player games, I find burnout it tends to be a thing that just happens, man. Like, I I think that's why I took such a long, stop from Twitch in the first place. But
Hmm.
burnout's a real deal thing, man. You play the same, especially one of the things I find, and you probably notice this too, is for some reason people are really hung up with. We had someone donate some bits there. Thank you very much for the bits. We don't really do crazy things as far as any bits doing. Maybe we'll talk about discussions of if we should have that on the stream, like where bits will come through and go in. I just never wanted it to disrupt with all with alert sounds and stuff like that. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? I think I'm having some serious internet drop issues, by the way. I don't know what's going on. But that's our internet. It sucks. So there's that. But yes, thank you anyone for the bits. We love bits and we love the help and all the support that you all give. But yeah, like I said, burnout it's a real thing, man. And like these, and the thing that I notice on Twitch is people want you to play the same damn game for like the rest of your life. You ever notice that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Basically, same thing with like, like I got into Star Trek Online, right? Way back in the day, and playing that game, you sit there, and I played it for like 3 years. That's all I did was stream Star Trek Online. And then as soon as I actually stopped playing that game, went to other games, and then finally, finally went to the best community in the world, which was MechWarrior and BattleTech, and went to that one, and you, your viewership drops, everything drops. You got to create like a whole new community,
Yeah.
and hopefully, yeah, hopefully you actually create a community like in itself within the game system that you're playing, that they'll follow you to different types of games that you're playing. Because I play now, I'm a multi-type streamer, but my main thing is BattleTech and MechWarrior.
Right. And I mean, there becomes a point where you, yes, will be big enough or have enough people that it will carry over to other games that you play that will watch you no matter what. And Tooth's actually a good example of that. You watch a lot of streams, Tooth. Like, I find you'll probably, I can imagine you'll go into streams after you've already, known the person. I know for me, you go into just support. Even if you don't really love the game, you'll come in and hang out.
I usually try to. It's one of the things like what I was talking about with MechWarrior being a very supportive and good community, and I've seen that through and through. And it kind of sucks. Like I just can't get into the game itself. It's not my type of thing. But I always well appreciate that whole community. But yeah, I mean you always got to try and at least support who you can when you can, and throw the view up.
Well, thank you. I always thank people. People don't realize how much it just helps. People think that you always have to donate. You don't always have to donate. I never want everyone to ever feel that they'd have to donate. Look, let me tell you, I've had a donation on the bottom of every page of my YouTube video for, it's probably been 6 years now. I've been on and off with YouTube, maybe 5 years, something like that. But I think I've gotten a whole $1. I don't ask anyone for any money, or I've asked in the past. I've had donation goals for stuff for the stream, but I don't do things. And I know we've all seen this, right? How quick will you turn off a stream when you come into a stream and they got like February bills up on the shit?
Generally not. Basically, there's other ways to go and promote a streamer or to help them out. Watching them is one of the things that really helps out every type of streamer for their analytics.
Yeah.
Another thing is retweeting their tweets on Twitter. Basically that helps them out. Telling your friends, hey, check out this streamer, it's pretty cool. Based off of your Twitter profile, you tell them, say, hey man, check out this person.
Yeah.
There's no need to donate though. To tell you the truth, it helps. Don't be wrong, but the whole thing is though, like I'd rather have a person help me that way to grow than to actually have a person just donate stuff, because that is your most important person, is the people watching you and helping you out.
Right. And when you start asking, I find when you start asking for a lot of stuff, you feel obligated. You feel obligated to do things for that person, even if they're not even asking for that. You feel obligated because now you just had them do that. Like you just had them do all this nice, donation, or maybe they come in and donate every stream. Now you feel like you got to do something for them or something. It's something that sits on you a little bit. That it's just.
I don't really have that. Basically, the people the watchers that do donate, don't get me wrong. I don't really feel obligated, but it's just like, hey, thank you so much. Basically, and the whole thing is actually to thank the people that actually do give donations and everything. To thank them so much. I mean, if you get to a certain point where as a streamer that you're like obligated to go and help them because they're giving you money, then you should really evaluate your stream.
Well, no,
and how you react to people.
I think I'm more talking about in the sense of like when you put up goals for a specific product and stuff like that, like you when you start asking for it, I feel there becomes an obligation. That's what I'm talking about. Not just because someone donated. Because someone donates to you every time, that's cool. That's an awesome person. That's someone who really wants to support. I'm not going to be like, oh, I have to treat this person specially, and I'll never sit there and be like, well, he's a donator, so I got to treat him better than you. No, I don't do that crap. But like I said, putting up donation goals. I was thinking about putting up donation goals for the whole Twitch PAX East thing. And, you know, I don't know who voted. It doesn't tell you who voted. So, you know, people said, you know, a couple people said hell no in the poll. I took the whole poll down. I said, you know, I know where this is. We don't need to. I'll fund it myself. It always helps, you know, because there are expenditures, and, you know, I'm going to this event. The way I look at it in that sense, I'm going to this event for other people. You know, it really does nothing exactly for me. Like I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, it's, you know, a pot convention.
I mean, hell, like I actually went to a bunch of different gaming conventions, and I literally had no money. And I literally stepped in my car in the parking lot at the gaming convention and stayed there the whole weekend to go play games and stuff like that. You know, basically, there's ways to get around it, type thing. So like, you know, like not having money, it sucks, but you can still do it if you just kind of just be frugal with what you have, and then go from there. Now, like when I went to Canada, you know, some people did donate. And like some money from themselves to go, you know, for me to go to Canada to go to MechCon, and I greatly appreciate it. It helped out so much because I didn't know what I literally was going to eat like peanut butter jelly sandwiches the whole time, but you know, it definitely did help.
Oh, well, no, yeah, totally. And I mean, I'm not. There was a time back when I originally probably thought about putting that up where money was kind of looking a little, but luckily some things picked back up at work, and, you know, things are back to normal, which is great because I'm getting to, you know, I'll be able to go there. I'm actually getting equipment so I can do more video. I got actually a friend going with me now to PAX East. So now I'm going to have a cameraman. I got a lot of things in the works. My friend's making a video game. I'm going to be solely streaming that. I'll be the only one streaming that until it's put on early access. And I give maybe a couple codes out to people that I trust that want to stream the game, that will want to stream it, of course.
But I have to tell you though, and I just want to jump in there real quick. I have to tell you though that basically, don't expect anything like when you're streaming. Basically, if you're having fun and enjoying yourself, and then people actually help, basically by donate, that's cool. But don't run a stream. This is for like other streamers as well. Don't run a stream where you're like, hopefully get some money type thing. You shouldn't run stuff like that because that actually it will kill your stream. It will kill your community. It will kill everything that happens. Yeah, and we did go out for drinks in Canada. That was really cool, actually.
Yeah, no, that is. I was just reading that. It helps your budget if you go out drinking with your subs and they offer appetizers and you buy drinks.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
You know, and that's actually one of the big things I'm really excited about going to PAX East for. Is I've got some people that are other streamers that I'm excited to go and see. I mean, you know, there's going to be people there that I, you know, have only seen on the internet, of course, and I'm going to be excited. You know, there's some people that know me, some people that know me from the old days, some people that know me from now, some people that probably will forget about me until they hear the name. But you know, I'm even going to the Frontier party, which is, you know, Frontier games like Elite Dangerous and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm going. I got my invitations for there. I had to fill out forms and stuff, so they sent me invitations. I've got a couple things, so I've got a lot of stuff planned. You know, I wasn't able to snatch a Saturday ticket, but I got a Thursday and Friday ticket. You know, and so I'm gonna go there. We're gonna see a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna see all the games. And, you know, like I said, I think some of the things that, you know, I get over with Twitch. It's just, like I said, we got to getting over burnout. You know, this I've gotten past, but anyone who's like trying to do Twitch, like you said, it's not going to happen like overnight. There's going to be countless amounts of days where that view count is going to say 0. Absolute zero.
Dude, do you realize how long I've been doing Twitch, man? It's been like 7 years, and literally over the last 2 years, it's only when it's actually kind of taken off. Okay, for 5 years, I literally talked to myself. I had a following during for like Star Trek Online, but then when I quit that, everything quit because I quit for like about a year, and then you know, I came back. But you for every Twitch streamer that's out there, man, do not expect to make it overnight. You have to work it, man. I swear to God, dude.
Oh,
some
yeah.
people think, some people think it's so easy, and let me tell you, man, there's so much in the background that you don't even understand how much crap is in the background that we got to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Unless you got nice boobies.
Yeah, unless you have nice boobies, and then basically works out
then it just
pretty well.
then it just goes, and then apparently
Then people buy your house when dancing around for somebody else's YouTube videos.
See, I'll never understand. I like personally, I really will never understand. Like, why would you not go to a better site for that? Like, seriously, you don't have to stop there. There's sites that you can give that same money to, and they'll do some wild shit for you. You know, like
Yeah, but it has gaming. That's why. Gaming, so like a chick playing games and with big boobs dance around for you, where you give them like $5, that kind of like puts everything in perspective,
I guess, man, but like I mean, it's kind of nuts. So we have so some things here we got going on in chat. Let's as you can see, some stuff going on in chat, which is one of the first RSG OTC episodes. Let's point out that I know Teufel has been here for many episodes where the chat has been stagnant, and it's nice to actually see a chat doing some stuff, on the screen. So it's great. I love seeing that. I put the chat bot up for a reason because I'm sure the viewers would like to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So we got patrons are usually willing to help out if you give them some shout outs and some personal time. I don't do Patreon just yet. I want
You gotta
more of
do
a,
it, dude.
You think so? I was thinking more of like I was thinking of more waiting until I had more of a following. Now, did they change Patreon where you can actually have a separate section where you have like videos for your subs?
Yeah, basically like what I do for the First Circuit podcast, we actually have the raw footage just for patron subs, and they can watch the episode of just us BSing before and after with the guests and all that kind of stuff, and then the raw footage for the for the podcast, and then and you can set it only for patrons. So basically, you could do anything. And just like Bart's Rock said, you got to engage viewers in multiple social media contexts: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Patreon, everything you can. The more stuff you have out there, the better.
Oh yeah, the one that's hard for me to keep up with is, well, for one, Instagram, because it's all based on pictures. I don't take pictures like that much. I'm not like a selfie queen. But I will say that Facebook, I'm halfway with. I should do more on Facebook, but like, okay, I use this app Hootsuite, okay? And that's supposed to be able to launch out for Twitter and Facebook at the same time. It's good for a lot of things, but not for certain things. Like, it's good to make like an announcement, but like I can't like put GIFs on both. Where it's really good to do like GIFs with like you're streaming now this game and have a GIF underneath, and it tracks a lot more.
Well, that's Twitter, yeah, basically.
For on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
And Facebook was easy if you're on the personal side. On the business side, it doesn't give you an option for GIFs.
Facebook is toxic, man. That's like the old school stuff, man.
I honestly can't stand Facebook, but I also can't stand Twitter either because a lot of people on there. But anyways,
well, you just have to moderate though. Like Facebook, I got out of because it wasn't really like.
It's not very lucrative. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's very low interaction. There is better. It does take better video and stuff. What I need to do, what I need to do more is actually do more short videos and stuff like that are just on my Twitter feed, and not just me spouting out with words.
And basically 2.3 minutes, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean just small stuff like hey, guys, this is what you need to do, but I think small stuff like that always helps out. But yeah, the big thing I tell people is, like after doing it for all this time, I used to have a lot of viewers. I mean, a lot when I used to play the trucking. And once I went away from trucking, because I burned myself out, that's exactly what I was talking about, is Twitch burnout. These people want you to play games, okay? When I say these people, I'm talking about those specific viewers that'll come in here, and if you're playing a different game, they'll be like, why aren't you playing this?
It's rare, though. It does happen. It's rare. But like I
think it depends on the game you play.
Yeah, true.
Okay? The problem I found with the trucking, being in the trucking community, was many young kids.
Oh, really?
Yes, there was a lot of young. There's older people too, but you got to remember when it comes to driving games, what don't kids get to do at this time of their life?
Drive, I guess.
Exactly. So they're all enthralled in that crap. That's why you get tons of trolls if you ever play multiplayer and stuff like that. Yeah, there's definitely adults that do it, but it comes to a point where it's like there's a lot of adults that are like, I drive every day. I'm not going to watch someone drive,
Actually, my wife, she's like, so let me get this straight. You're going to play a driving game? Like, yeah, like I wanted to play for a little bit. She's like, I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're going to play a driving game?
Yeah, and that's what everyone's response is. Yes, it's relaxing and stuff. But like I said, I think it brought a lot of young viewers, which is surprising. Like, you would think that Farming Sim brings a lot of young viewers, and it does, but also brings a lot of adults too, which is kind of weird. A lot of adults love to farm, I guess. But you know what? The difference is a lot of people don't get to farm. I mean, no one. Those are very expensive equipment. That's not just something anyone just does. For the most part, everyone freaking drives every day.
Yeah.
So I find it also depends on like I said, your demographic of viewers. You'll find the younger ones are the ones sitting there. Why aren't you playing this game? Because I can play more than one game. Damn it.
Well, yeah, it's really hard, but like over time, you'll actually start getting your viewer base, and then when you jump from game to game to game to game, like I'm thinking about doing Warframe, right? And I've been playing Warframe for the last day. I'm loving it. I'm loving it like Warframe. So like when I do stream like Warframe, I'll have a couple of my guys like Bad Duck and Bards Rock and a couple other people kind of say, hey, I'm going to check this out and see what old Bob's doing on Warframe, and they'll come and help me out, that kind of thing. So it just takes time to build up that database of, well, not database, that group of people that want to help you out, though.
Now, I think still some things. Now, you guys tell me what you think. You are both, especially too, if you tend to be more of a viewer.
It's not tend to be. The only thing I really streamed was fucking goat petting simulator and even captain simulator. Even then, I managed to get kicked off of Twitch. I couldn't stream if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because you tried to Twitch stream cleaning your guns, and that didn't go too well, apparently.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing is, I had people come. That was what pissed me off the most, though. Is I in no way was it unsafe, and I'm cleaning and instructing, and I had so many people coming in and asking, what about this? And what kind of safety thing you got this? Or I'm thinking about this. What are you thinking about that? And I had new people wanting to have knowledge about it instead of remaining ignorant and in the dark about firearms. And I'm having a good chat, and then boom, fuck you, you're done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Not that I want to get into politics, but a lot of things on right wing kind of things are getting shut down. Did you see that there's some girl that got the Chase shut down her bank account that's a conservative?
No, I didn't actually. No.
Yeah. So there is a lot that goes on in the tech world against things that would be considered somewhat right wing, which like guns would be considered that. So it is very annoying in the tech world. You got with Silicon Valley freaking bug up their ass people. So it is a little annoying. But what I was gonna ask about streaming, right, is what do you guys think about 24-hour streams?
I can't do them.
Those are just I don't understand that. It's another thing, especially once you get past 25. Do you really want to stay up 24 hours straight? No, you probably got work. And it's gonna throw you completely off. You're gonna be so drained and screwed up and everything else. The streamer's gonna take time off to use restroom, to eat something, just to refresh and move their blood a little bit, getting up out of the chair. You're viewing them, and how often you're gonna have the viewers are gonna be able to stay there throughout the entire thing? You're just not.
That's exactly.
So it's a pointless thing. You're better off segueing or getting segments and then putting it out that way.
Generally, though, you want to do a 24-hour stream if you're doing some big charity. Normally, charities run between 12 and 24. That's the only reason when you actually have someone do that kind of stuff. If they're doing it normally, then there's something wrong.
I see people just do it out of the whim. I see it a lot of times. Even successful people just do it out of the whim. Yeah, you'll see some people with charity streams do it. But charity streams are good. I do feel like they are just mainly to get more people in it. I kind of find it weird though that people will flock more to charity streams. Like, why wouldn't you flock to that stream without a charity? Why does the charity
Makes them
make
feel
you
better
wanna go?
about themselves for donating.
I guess so.
Well, yeah. Basically, if it's a cat stream, hell, man, I'll hang out and go ahead and see what's going on. That's who I am. I love cats.
So that's one thing I guess can't remember is that way back when that certain radio station when you did that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, but it was you had a fun stream at that one. That was a fun charity stream, and I think that was another thing that might attract people. Is it's not just your normal everyday; it's more fun somehow. It's the build up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, I think forgot what the radio station was. I think he's out of business now. But just to let everyone know, we had a collaboration with a radio station to do a charity stream to help him out. And so we had a fun stream for I think like 6 to 8 hours or something like that. It was awesome playing MechWarrior and as a charity, like just for him. And I think we raised like $400 or something like that. And it was just a lot of fun. And we basically went up to 2 weeks before, kind of like promoting the thing, getting the promotions done and everything. And it was fun. Just like you said, I had a blast. And my wife even keeps talking about it too.
So you need to find something else like that. Maybe a not so pretentious radio store owner or radio station owner, but maybe something, Cat Sanctuary again or something, and bring that back about. Especially with your wife now doing her streaming thing and finding her own success in what she does.
Yeah.
How would you both kind of cohabitate a charity stream? I think a lot of people would have entertainment from all sorts of spectrum.
Yeah, basically we plan to do a charity stream on some cat sanctuary. There's one out here, Cat House on the Kings, and honey, she's doing her own thing. But yeah, it's like Cat House on the Kings, and we plan to do that type of charity to go help them out as well soon. We're in the process of working on something right now.
Well,
but yeah, like you're right about that though.
Yeah, and I think that would be nice. You get the multi-stream action going on too. That's another thing, so I guess before we move on to like the main subject of the night, I think we should go through a list of like some, I guess, tips for people really, for people who ever want to think of streaming. Like we've all like recapping some of the stuff we were talking about. So don't expect to grow too quick. That's a definite. Right? Don't expect anything overnight. It's going to take a long time. And that goes for YouTube as well. A lot of YouTubers you see that actually are big, they've been doing it for like 10 years before they hit. Not even shitting you.
Yeah.
10 years before they hit big. Think of that. 10 years of maybe you got something. There's people that do great, Look, you can get on the bandwagon and you might luck out. You might, play Apex and get raided by somebody and really do awesome. But it really comes down to you're going to be playing Apex for a long time, or maybe the next thing. But I think, like I said, I think one of the big things is you got to find another thing is you got to find a game that you're going to play all the time, and that's what I'm stuck on. I can't find a game that I'm going to continue to play. See, that's where you're kind of easier for yourself because you have MechWarrior and you have a group of people.
No. Wait a second here. No. I love MechWarrior. I love BattleTech. Don't get me wrong. I love that kind of stuff. But I've hit like a burnout stage. Like
you
sometimes.
have, okay.
Oh yeah. It's a great game, great community. I love the community. They're really good. I can play for so long, and then I have to do something else.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think you have a little more easier of a time jumping in, saying, yo, you guys jumping on too? All right, cool, we'll go in and hopping on for a couple hours. Than me sitting here and trying to play City Skylines day after day after day after day after day after day by myself. And it's like, all right, how many damn times can I build a city? How many times can I put a road? How many times can I make it look good? All right, I can't do this anymore. And that's what it was like with driving. It's like, all right, another delivery? All right, another 3 hours in this damn seat just going for one delivery? Holy shit.
Well, the main thing is, though, you have to really find a game that you enjoy, like that you love.
Right.
Like when I was doing MechWarrior, in fact, I'm still doing MechWarrior. Don't get me wrong. Guys.
Right. Of course.
But the whole thing is, though, like I was streaming that thing every single day for 2 years, man. Every single day I was going in and doing that game. And then you hit a burnout stage. And then you kind of like, weed off, just a little bit. But you're still loving the game. You just got to weed it off a little bit and go play different things.
Yeah.
And you have to do that. So like a burnout stage is you really have to either kind of step back and look at something and say, okay, I need to do something else because I'm going to burn out on this game and go freakazoid on like somebody basically. And you have to really kind of like put your mental stage at rest there, because games are for fun. They are for fun. They're not for stressing out over. They're not for yelling at people. They're just
Yeah,
there
no,
for
yeah.
fun. Just just to escape. Sorry, man.
Like I had like, and here's a great example of like why I say you got to find that one game to stream, because you'll have instances like this. When I started playing Trucking again, that's actually when I did the best. I actually started going back down when I didn't do Trucking, but I got bored of it that quick. That's how quick I got bored of Trucking again. Okay, but when I went back into it, the people I did get, guess what? The second I didn't play that game, I never saw those people again. I even had one guy subscribe to the channel. Never saw him if I didn't play that game. And it's like,
that happens.
Yeah, but it's that game. It happened when I had 100 viewers. I mean, that's a lot of people to just no one follows you anymore. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't continue on to you.
I mean, I wouldn't worry about it though, to tell you the truth. Basically, people once you play over time, people will start following you on different of the game systems that you're playing. So, and you shouldn't take that like analytic based off of that and not jump off to another game.
No,
system
I understand that. I'm saying with that game, with the Trucking gaming, it really it's really niche fans. It seems like it's like if you really don't play Trucking, they won't watch anything else. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a few that do, but a good portion just don't. And it's like, what the hell's, why not?
Well, why don't you come play some mechwarrior like with us? Be more than happy.
Maybe I should. I know Teufel wasn't too crazy about the game, but we have different interests in certain things.
Yeah, that's just me. I mean, obviously it's got to have a following. It just wasn't quite my thing. But I got nothing against it, and it seems like a lot of people thoroughly enjoy it. Obviously, as Bob and several others played it for ages. I mean, it's free, so you might as well kick it on and see what you got. And maybe if you like it, you can start getting into the depths of it, and you got Bob and the rest of the community to help you out to try and figure out your build and what you want to do and what style you like playing to get your mech going for you. And I mean, who knows? The worst you have to lose is time. So there you go.
I mean, I used to play that back in the day when mechwarrior was like what it was like. I mean, back in the day, back when I was playing like Super Nintendo, kind of, like still, and I don't even think Nintendo 64 was out yet. But yeah, no, it was old. It was way back. It's when Sony Vaio had desktop computers. Yeah.
Okay.
That gives you an idea. That's been a long ass time ago. So I used to like it. So going back into tips, find a game that really works for you. Let's see. Yep, I think someone says I think fans are more. Bard says I think fans are more loyal to the game than the streamer. Bob plays Fallout 76, and I just can't get into it. It's an inventory game and not my style.
Yeah. Like I'll tell you the reason why this actually, Bard's actually makes a good point. And the reason is that the game is like BattleTech, which is what mechwarrior is based off of, has been around since 1984. Right. And so all the people that do play it have been playing ever since quote 1984, or when mechwarrior the PlayStation game came out, and then playing since then. So they're really a loyal fan base of people, and they're mostly in their 40s. And or like above basically. So you're looking at a fan base that's been playing a game system for so long that they love it and they stick with it, and basically they're more loyal. Like I play Fallout 76 sometimes. I haven't actually jumped into it for a while. It just doesn't like the inventory. Just doesn't like the inventory like system, which is fine. A lot of people like different things for different like reasons. Right. But yeah, the fans are completely loyal than most of the streamers are, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's you're saying like they're more loyal to the game than the streamer, right? Yeah, like right. Yeah, and it just you know what it is to me is like to me it's like, look, I guess if you don't want to, I don't want to force anyone to do anything. It just, I find it weird, like, why are you there just for one game? Why are you only there for one game? Like, when people were watching me play Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? And then they follow me, but then don't watch me for any other game. Do you expect me to keep redoing the whole damn game over and over and over again?
No, basically, you shouldn't look at like that. Kingdom Come, like that's just like a linear progression, right? That's just go from point A to point B, and once you finish the game, you're done, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, you
Okay.
can change, you can have different outcomes and things like that, and you can redo it. It does, as an RPG, it does have a higher replay value than maybe some other games. But I mean, come on, man, you can't. I mean, it's still the same storyline and shit. You got to go through it. I mean, that would be annoying.
Well, like basically, you have to be like something like a multi-streamer. Like, there's a game called Rise, Son of Rome that I plan on
Yes,
doing
yeah.
pretty soon. Basically like one night, but it's like a story game, so I can only play it once
Yeah.
to go and get it done. Basically you got to pick up stuff like that. There's stuff like Warband's Bushido or Warframe. Warframe you can play constantly because it always changes. MechWarrior always changes. BattleTech always changes. Fallout 76 always changes. World Tanks always changes. All these games change. You could have that in your quote database of games to go play. And then you could also have, like a single story game and run through that, just like say like The Walking Dead you were doing like a while ago.
Right.
What about theme nights? That used to be kind of all the
Yeah.
rage. Whatever happened to those? I mean, what do you guys think about the theme nights?
I love theme nights. It just I haven't had a chance. I've been too busy to do theme nights, like horror night. Basically, I'll play like Alien, like Isolation, or play Soma, stuff like that. And I love theme nights. It's just I just don't have a lot of time to do them, and you got to really set aside like a certain day to go ahead and have that done, like theme nights type thing.
The only reason I don't like theme nights, I'll be honest with you. The reason I'm not huge into theme nights, maybe having one theme night, or like where it's a random theme, but to have a set theme night, like it's always going to be horror on Thursdays, like Trucking Tuesdays. That's kind of the same kind of thing, but like horror on horror on the same day. Well, now you have to find a game to play. So, okay, that might work for the first couple of games that you had in mind. Like, all right, I'm going to play Outlast, and then I'm going to play Amnesia, and I'm going to play, I don't know what else I'm going to play next.
Soma.
I'm just saying, like, let's just say I've already named, 15 before that. All right, we ran out. Remember, you're going to be doing these things for years. You might, you stream multiple hours. You might beat that game in 3 days. You haven't even finished a damn week. So you're gonna.
Well, the
you're
whole thing is you don't play
games.
it constantly. Just play it like for 2 to 3 hours on theme night. Don't run through it like crazy.
No,
Don't do
that
a
is
marathon.
that is true. That is true. I just
Well, that's the other thing. You got the person that's following you specifically for that one game. They're probably gonna like that genre, or they're gonna appreciate that. And then even if it's just that one time a week, you come around, they're coming around, they're watching it, and they're gonna, I got the one time a week, that's fine. And they're still there, kind of supporting you, and still tagging along. With all you can still have your own sanity without burnout and playing other stuff along the way.
that's
And as
true.
far as running out of games, I mean, Steam, holy shit,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
seeing how many games Steam has and how many continue to get added into it.
Yeah, no, it
basically
is
Took-
true.
Took makes a good point though. You have a way to basically like do it. Say like I do Shadow Thursdays, right? Okay, and for a streamer to constantly one thing that people like is a consistency of what's happening. Like I've been consistent. I've not been consistent over the last like 2 months because I had some issues. But the whole thing is though, like you want to be consistent as a streamer. And so like shout out Thursday. So every Thursday is mechwarrior, but I'm gonna shout out everyone who's their favorite streamers. They can post on my stream like who their favorite streamer is and why, right? Shout out Thursday. So it's a theme, and so like they know that theme is gonna happen every Thursday at 4 o'clock, and Bob's gonna do it from 4 to like 7 type thing, right? So a person who watches Twitch, they want consistency because then they'll take off work or rush home, like whatever, basically, and watch you or watch on the phone, like whatever. Bob's gonna be on at 4 o'clock. I'm gonna be here, and so once you set up those themes, keep with them, and then go on like from there.
And that's where I've been as far as setting up a schedule. So that's more on the list. So themes can be something that people have to think of, but setting up a schedule. I'm very bad with my schedule on YouTube because I've explained this to other people before. YouTube and Twitch are very different in the sense Twitch is a job.
Yeah.
In the sense that you
No.
come. No, hold on, hear me out. Twitch is a job in the sense that you're gonna come to it, you turn it on, and boom. There's not really a I need to write element, kind of thing. You know, where YouTube has a creation element, and that could lead to like serious writer's block. Maybe you don't, know what exactly to talk about. Maybe you don't have another product to review. You know, there could be things where Twitch is, this is the time you stream, pick your game, get the hell live. Be consistent.
Well, the problem is, like, YouTube's almost dead. Unless you do prank channel or do reaction video channel type thing. YouTube is kind of, it's hard to get into YouTube. It's very hard to get past. In fact, even just getting monetized, it's almost impossible for you to actually have a channel, right? And there's so much work involved. I just do it because I love it. Basically, I love editing videos. I love kind of like putting that, slicing that here and doing this, and, that kind of thing. I love doing that kind of stuff, and they have kind of like themes as well too.
Right.
But Twitch is 100% easier than YouTube.
Yes.
Because literally, I mean, there's a lot of work involved in the background. Don't get me wrong.
There is, but it's kind of one of those things that once you have it set up, other than maintenance, it's literally the equivalent of coming to work. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm not talking about, look, you can have a great look. I can own a dispensary. I'd love going to work every day if I owned a dispensary. You see what I'm saying? So like, just be calling it work doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I just want to throw that out there. It's just that is the way I can make that the best. Look, I have to be to work except for one day. I have to be to work at 8:00 in the morning. It's the same thing for Twitch. I put my time that I'm going to be on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 10:00 till whenever. That's it. Yeah. I don't put a specific ending time. I don't like to do that. I'll stream till when I'm done streaming, but at least you can expect me to start at this time. Yeah. Do I, am I late a couple times? Yeah, but I'll let people know. And I kind of miss when we used to have like a little message board. Remember when we used to have a message board? We could like leave messages for people. I know people didn't really use it, but I do miss that because that was nice to be able to post things like, "Hey, look, I'm going to be a little bit late today,"
Well, they got Twitter for that now, so.
Yeah, but the amount of people that actually don't have Twitter, there's a lot of people that don't actually have Twitter that are on Twitch. Believe it or not.
Those people use MySpace. That's why.
There's a lot of people. Believe it or not, a lot of people are getting rid of Twitter. There's big YouTubers that got rid of Twitter.
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah, no, because it's become a cesspool. Just like Facebook, and it's everything's outrage culture on there, and people are sick of it. Yeah. So that's why people are leaving. There's actually a lot of companies coming up. I think you're gonna start seeing Facebook and Twitter go the way of MySpace. To be honest with you, and especially the more that they start blocking conservatives and stuff like that, that really pisses people off because. It's just like did you see the mass exodus from freaking Patreon?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that.
Patreon. Did you notice the notice that they put out that their business model's not sustainable anymore?
I heard that from I think oh god, who's that guy? Thinkery.
But I mean, it's literally like they put out the notice. Hey, this I forget who it was of Patreon, but like that we've decided our business model is not. Lucrative, and they're going to be changing some things. It's like, oh, I wonder what happened. Did you piss people off? Sounds like you pissed some people off. So, yeah, that's.
Here's a tip too. Basically, I know we're talking about this just now, but a tip for being a gaming channel, like pretty much, is kind of keep a lot of politics like out of it. A little bit's fine, but generally people start blowing up like crazy. And
yes.
Just get freaking away about it. Like I do a couple things on Twitter sometimes. It's just like, oh my god, I got to say something. But then right. I really have to kind of catch myself sometimes. And
there's a lot. There's a lot I don't comment on because like my Facebook on my personal side that no one sees other than my friends is a complete different. It said Patreon will continue to exist. Facebook is too greedy to compete with Patreon. They are going to be gone is what I'm saying. There are going to be other companies that will be taking them over. I forget the like.
A Subscribe Star.
Yeah, well, Subscribestar is one of them. Jordan Peterson and what's his name and Dave Rubin are starting up their own. So Patreon's gonna be going bye eventually, if you ask me. Especially when they start coming out with notices that their business model that they've had for all this time is not sustainable anymore.
Well,
that means they screwed up.
Well, also too, like you're sitting there, like I forgot who the hell that guy was. Damn it. But like he woke up one day and he was making $12,000 a month on Patreon, and then they said, "Oh, by the way, you're totally cut off."
Yeah, Sargon of Akkad.
Sargon, yeah, basically
right,
Sargon.
Right.
So basically, if you have
Rios, thank you for the host. Sorry about that.
There you go, Rios. Yeah. If you have a system where you kind of depend on the $12,000, thanks, Rios, man, appreciate that, buddy. And Rios plays mechwarrior too. But if you have that, and where it could just be completely cut off whatsoever, just right there, you're in trouble, man. That system right there is way in trouble.
So this is exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is like a Minds is the one that I'm talking about. That's one of the ones that's hitting at Twitter right now. You have people leaving Twitter and going on to this site called Minds because censorship drives people away.
Oh yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. So by what I'm saying here is we will eventually, maybe not Facebook. I mean, Facebook's just a cesspool, but they're not exactly censoring people like that. Where Twitter and why am I drawing a blank? Basically, Twitter and Patreon have hit on people, on conservatives and banned them, and that really drew a lot of people away from their base. A lot of people closed their accounts and things like that, and they're moving over to different things. So the more censorship that happens, you'll see some of the ones that censor will lose their people and eventually lose the platform and onto someone else, and where they're not restricted until maybe for one reason they have to. But yeah, so I think we're getting a little out of it because.
Yeah, past it.
Yeah.
Hating on noobs.
Yeah, because we need to get to the noob thing. So we talked about all the things you need to do for Twitch. Like I said, we'll just do a quick recap. So don't expect to grow too quick. Keep yourself consistent with timing. Find that game that you really enjoy playing. And then basically just what would you put on some extras? Have fun, I guess. That's the biggest thing. Because once you're not having fun, people can tell.
People can tell, man. People can tell if you're not having fun. Like, I mean, there's some streams, man, that I would sit there and it's like, I do not want to stream. I do not want to stream. But then I get on and it's a lot of fun. But then, of course, there's sometimes, like, people can tell, like, when I'm just, like, going through the motions, type thing. And they tell me. They literally, like, they tell me, man, just have fun on what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Just find out exactly and figure out what you're doing. Just make the best of it. Do the best you can. Don't overexert yourself to something like don't sit here and do a 24-hour stream because you think that's the only way you're going to be able to grow. There's actually been people who've died doing 24-hour streams. Just throwing that out there.
Well,
yeah. I mean, when you stuff in your face with Red Bull and Monster for hours on end and smoking cigarettes, your heart might say goodbye.
I could do maybe 6 hours, 6 hours before I start kind of like, okay, I got to stop. I got to do something else, type thing, because it gets to that certain point. Like normally my streams run between 2 and 4 hours.
Yeah. And and then I guess the other big thing is try to really on the gaming side of things, dude, even though I throw in a couple of things of politics here and there, I don't really get into like a lot of it. Try to keep it away. It's kind of better just to stay away from it, and you'll find most channels will too. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you very much, Brios, for stopping in. Yeah, that's really mainly it. And don't don't also get into like religion and stuff like that either. Just it's kind of like the old rules. They used to tell you back in the day. Don't get into religion and politics. Think about it as work. Just don't get into certain things.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay,
just better
so
for you. But noobs, it's a big thing. Is noobs.
noobs.
Okay.
Noobs.
All right. We this is a big important. Like I don't know about the mech warrior scene. Mech warrior seems to be a lot cooler with noobs. But I can tell you right now, World of Tanks is damn sure not.
Sometimes, basically, the whole thing is like we still have the community of people that when there's something called NASCAR where they run around and they run around centralized locations called NASCAR, and then the assault mechs, which are very slow, they get attacked from behind, right?
Yeah.
So and they scream and yell like noobs for NASCAR. It's a strategy for NASCAR. It's a type of it's type of strategy, but calling a person a noob is actually, in my mind, actually a good thing in my mind, because then I look and say, okay, how can I help this person out? What can I tell them to go and help this person out? A lot of people don't do that kind of stuff. They really don't do that kind of stuff. And steer them, say, hey, try out this weapon system. Try out this. It might be better for you to do this. Stop NASCAR and type of thing. That might actually help you out. Type of thing.
One thing I've noticed I never really understood going with World of Tanks specifically, you have a guy out there, he pokes his nose out something or moves the wrong spot, gets blown up, that everybody else that plays it knows he's going to get blown up. And you get the parade of, fuck this guy, you're a dumbass, blah, blah, or just a whole tirade of stuff. But instead of doing that and hurting the person or going after that person, wouldn't it be better if they're on your team, like, hey, buddy, maybe you want to try this over here? Maybe this tactic will work out better for you. That way it helps the entire team instead of me just sitting here already dead and blown up, bitching at you for doing something else because I'm already gone.
Depends. It all depends on how you deliver the message, though, because some people can't take criticism. Like someone, some people like you tell them, hey, try out this weapon system, be a lot better. F you, man. If you use my game, I'll do what I want to. It's usually like sometimes it happens. But it all depends on your delivery message and how you tell the person too. I mean, you make a good point though, Tiff. Though.
Yeah, that's the other thing is other people have to not be instantly. Oh, this guy's attacking me by saying this. Maybe it's you obviously aren't in the end all be all. Especially when you look at MechWarrior, that stuff's got such a complex system of stuff. I mean, you go in there as a new guy, it's going to be overwhelming. So you think that instead of instantly going, "Oh, he's attacking me, screw you, I'm doing it anyway because this is the damn way I did because I watched one YouTube video that said this," that they would be more accepting. So yeah, it's definitely going to go both ways.
Well, a perfect example.
I just wanted to point out something that Bards Rock asked. It was the difference between a newbie and a noob, isn't there? There's different ways of saying. No one ever really says newbie. It really that's where noob is just a short for newbie. That's all noob is. Noob is typically used more. They're both technically insults to a degree, but they're noob is just an insult that people use. Hey, I understand. Like, hey, you say to each other, "Hey, this guy's a noob," but that doesn't mean you have to be crap to him. Just like you're saying, that means maybe you should try to help the noob. Maybe your team will do a little better if you help the noob. Hey, you're not. Why don't you follow me, man? You don't know what's going on. Why don't you follow me? I'll help you out a little bit. Something like that.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, that's why I stopped playing World of Tanks, though, because the last time I played it, well, not the last time, but like one time, the reason why I quit actually was someone said he's gonna kill my family, and wring the necks of my cats, because I didn't actually get the point right or something like that, just something like that. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna play this game anymore. I'm done.
See, I don't get that. See, I'm like someone who literally says I'll say something back so hurtful that I won't get banned for, but it's just like, damn, wow, that's pretty awful. I'm like,
well, yeah.
I'm like George Carlin when he told the heckler that if he has a son, his kid should die in a car fire. Like I'm that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I just kind of ignore it though, because these people who lash out like that really have no sense of purpose per se, and basically they might have something going on. They might be, their father's beating them or something like that. Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on? Like, their life is.
I know, but at the same time, like I'm a messed up person. Like, if that's why you're crappy to everyone because your parents beating you, fine, let your parents beat you. I don't care, because that
Well,
doesn't give you the right to be anything. I mean, I've had some horrible times, maybe not by parent, but I've had some horrible times, and I didn't let me treat other people like crap because I've had horrible times. You know?
yeah. Well, also too, there's something called anonymity, and from the internet. So basically, there's no repercussions per se, right?
Yeah.
And so like you're sitting there, it's like they could spat out as much crap as they want to. Like there's some streamers for like Creativerse that do that, and they harass streamers for Creativerse because there's no repercussions for what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's why you find a lot of people spout out a bunch of different things.
Of course.
Like all that kind of stuff. That's why you have that, because there's no repercussions of their actions.
Oh, of course.
Back on my day, you say that, I'm beating the crap out of you. I'm gonna just kill you.
Oh yeah, no, like I can guarantee you, 90% of any, like 95, I would say probably even 98% of any troll would never want to step up to, half the people are even trolling. I know definitely not me. They don't even know, like, yeah, I don't know how crazy that person is, but they have no idea how crazy I am. Some of the people that know me more personally have heard some of the crazy stuff I'll say, but regardless.
And they can hide behind the computer, basically.
Exactly.
Wherever they're at.
So they sit there with these and calling everyone noobs and flipping out, and that's where World of Tanks is so bad with that, man. No one ever offers help with that. Now, sometimes you'll have people wanting you to join. That's another thing I noticed. People just want you to join a platoon. They've never even seen how good you play. They just want you to join a platoon. Why? You don't even know me. Like, I don't know you. What the hell's going on? So those people aren't exactly trying to help you either. World of Tanks, just they don't. I find that no one wants to freaking help you in that. Instead, if you suck, everyone expects you to be top of the game. Awesome. Badass. It's like, man, I've been gone from World of Tanks for like a year and a half. I mean, what the... How good am I really going to be? That's crazy.
I'm only tier 7, myself, and I have a fun time playing tier 5 and below because it's a lot easier to do those tanks.
Yes,
and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, and actually, like a lot of times on the big tanks, you lose money. You lose money when your tank blows up and goes. So,
And you must be a noob. I never lose money.
And see, that would be the fun side of the noob thing. If you're like, he must be a noob, that'd be fine. If you did like if you did it in like a joking sense, but then was like, hey, maybe we can help you, get a little better at school. But people use the noob against you, and the truth is, everyone's been a fucking noob at one point. Every single person that has ever played a game, unless you created that shit, you've been a noob. There is never a time that you're not a noob. Matter of fact, the guy who creates the game at one point is still a fucking noob.
It just reminds me, if you remember the Guitar Heroes and all that with the clacky controllers and all that crap. Yeah. They had Dave Mustaine playing his own song, Hangar 18, on that thing, and he was just bad. Really bad. So even the different platforms, if you make your own game, you can still do the other way. Right. It's a humbling thing.
Yeah. It's just, just because you made the game doesn't mean that you're going to do good at the game. So it's like, look, I find the whole use of calling someone a noob is just, childish. Completely childish. There's no point in having to go out and calling someone a noob. Yeah, you can use it if you're like, hey man, you must be a noob. Let me help you out. But to be like, you fucking noob, piece of shit noob, no one wants that.
Well, the problem is that basically, like since it's a free to play game, this is what I noticed about gaming, like in general. Since it's a free to play game, you're gonna find people that will do that. Okay, right? They'll do that. But if you're paying $15 a month, or even paid like $60 for the game itself, you're not going to find people doing that because they could get their stuff banned and then they lose $60 or $15 a month, or the progression through a certain amount of time, time period.
That is true.
And so you'll find that less on games that have a monthly subscription than you do on games that are free to play.
Yes,
because they'll lose something.
Of course.
In case anything does happen.
No, yeah, that's true, and it goes back to kind of the same thing. It's like they don't have the consequence. Remember Jay and Silent Bob when they went and flew to everyone's freaking house? You know how much I'd love to do that?
I would love to do that. Oh, God.
I'd love to do that so bad. Like like on YouTube's a good example of you know, you got trolls like, and the best thing I could really do with a lot of that stuff. Okay, you can respond if you think you're gonna take that person down with words and you think you're gonna be smarter about it. Then go ahead, be my guest. You know, same thing with YouTube comments. If you think you're gonna be sly and better than that person that's commenting, you could tell when you have a kid versus an adult too. You know, being a crappy person. Kids are very simple usually. Like, oh, your mom's fat. You know, like, oh, you're just fat and ugly. Ha ha. An adult will come back like and say some shit that's like, oh, wow, that kind of hurt.
Well, the whole thing is though, you really can't engage. You know,
Right.
basically,
That's it.
you know, you're there to create content, and you know, some people might like it, some people might not like it, and the whole thing is not engaging. Like, if there's a comment that's not too bad that has, you know, constructive criticism, I'll let it through. I have no problem with it. Basically, I'll take constructive criticism. You know, hey, your volume is too low, or this is that, and you should do this, you know, this way. I'm like, hey, that's a good point. Thank you for like letting me know. I'll go ahead and like check that out. But if a person says, you know, you're fat, or you know, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of stuff, it's like, I have no time for you, man. I got other things to deal with and then to deal with you, so you're gone basically, and they can't do anything else like anymore. And so you can't engage trolls, you can't engage negative type people, because if you do, it's just gonna burn you out.
Well, it right, but it depends. Sometimes you gotta have your fun. Like when I made my last you know, how to deal with trolls video. You know, and this like, and if anyone thinks we're straying off the top, we're not, because this all goes into the same people that'll be sitting there bitching at you for being a noob. You know, so when I was on there, I had someone say, "Well, oh, man, I hope you're a lot thinner now." You know, making a fat joke. That's obviously a kid. But I came back with, "Oh, hell no, man. I'm even fatter. I love bacon. You know, I love everything with bacon. Bacon's great. You know." I was like, I think I'm pushing, and I forgot exactly what I said, but basically, I made it to the point where it's like, wow, well, all right, well, I can't, that didn't go well.
Well, it's not worth your time to go ahead and engage.
No, but sometimes it's fun. Most of the time, it's best to just leave it alone. If you think you can have yourself a little fun with the person, then, you know, sometimes it is helpful to really snap back, and you'll see some of the bigger YouTubers do that. But the big thing people have to do is realize ignoring is good. Sure, if people need to be banned out of your chat, you need to ban them. I don't exactly go crazy banning right away, because most likely, you're just, if you just ignore them, if they're talking, if they're like, dude, you're pretty fat and boring, you know, like, and you just don't, and like, let's say you ignore them, they usually leave.
Yeah, they do.
That's it.
And here's a perfect example, though. Like, about my smart car video that I did, my honest opinion about what I don't like about the smart car. Holy cow! You won't believe how much hate I got for that. I mean, just it's absolutely amazing. Some things I let through, some things I didn't. I just banned them. It's like, okay, like, whatever. Like, I'm done with you. I'm not gonna deal with this, because that's just a smart car video. That was like 3 years ago. Right. Thing. But damn, I mean, I got so much hate for that. Every time I do a learn video for mechwarrior online, I get so much hate for saying, hey, it's just a weapon system. You know, basically use it. Here's the things to go ahead and counteract it. But people hate learns, and they hate that I brought the subject up, you know, like on a YouTube video. But you're gonna get hate as a YouTuber and hate as a Twitch streamer, and the whole thing is how you deal with that hate. You know, just how you deal with that kind of stuff. Because if you engage and, you know, attack back, and oh my God, it's gonna mess me up, and you might as well get out of doing
right. And because
YouTube.
what happens is, once you're at that point, though, you know, they've got what they want out of you. They got you steaming hot and bothered or whatever. And that's where I was saying, if every now and then, you know, you'll get those where you could throw a little comment, and, you know, where they can't even respond back. They're just like, well, that didn't work for me. And, you know, you get a little sense of, haha, fuck you, buddy. And you, that's what you get a little bit in you, you know, once you hit back like that. But yeah, just ignoring is what I find usually best. You know, a lot of those people, if they're not getting any rise out of you, they're not staying. Simple as that.
Generally.
The second they get a rise out of you, they're staying around for the long haul. That's for sure. That's for 100% sure. And then, let's see. There was one other thing. I wanted to point out something earlier. Now, this isn't exactly about noobs. I just wanted to throw this out. I forgot to say this earlier. Now, I get annoyed. Honestly, I never had a problem with people like advertising that they're another streamer in my stream.
Oh,
I don't
hell
know.
no.
I don't know why anyone gets mad at that. I really don't. I mean, really, seriously. If you're that insecure that you're gonna lose your viewers because some guy is in there, matter of fact, most likely that person is not gonna get any of your viewers. Even if you shout them out, there's a good chance none of your viewers are even gonna go over to that person.
See, it's just common courtesy though. Basically to go and ask, hey, can I shout out this person type thing. I have no problem like on Shout Out Thursdays if people shout out as much as possible, different streamers, and even on my other type things for mechwarrior players and Valvetech players, no problem. But past Shout Out Thursday, just ask, basically not just put out their thing because
not to put it out, but okay, like, oh man, hey, I'm a streamer too. I've been doing this for a long time. Oh, what do you think of this? Like, I feel that, like, there's a lot of times that you could have a great topic, a great discussion like we've had this whole time. We've had one of the longest episodes of RSG in a long time, if probably ever, right here. Okay? No, seriously. And I think that's because we've had good conversation going on. It's a big deal. And I feel like other streamers shut down good conversation. What's wrong with having a conversation about being a streamer and some things? Hey, what do you find about this? What's wrong with that? Honestly,
wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people shut that down immediately. They're like, whoa. Why are you advertising that you're streaming here? Why do you care? Do you care? Did he put his fucking stream up there? No. He just said that I'm a streamer too. He didn't put his stream. He didn't type in his stream name and say, hey, go check me the fuck out. No. He said, I stream too. I don't like when people get mad at that.
Oh no, that's fine. Basically, say, hey, like I'm a streamer too. But when they put out their Twitch,
of
Twitch
course.
channel,
But I've never had
basically,
anyone
correct,
just
though.
put up their own YouTube channel or
Okay.
their own channels. They'll always
basically,
ask for
stream's
that.
fine,
Usually,
yeah.
they'll usually
Yeah,
always
just-
ask for that.
Just to pop out your Twitch channel and YouTube channel without actually having any type of
Yeah, any okay for it? That's never
Yeah.
okay. That's never
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that's never okay because that's just complete blatant being a shitbag. But the amount of people that get mad that you even mention that you're a streamer, like I was in a buddy of mine's stream and I was talking about Dr. Disrespect and he's like, why are you talking about another streamer in my thing? Who cares, dude? It's Dr. Disrespect. If most people on Twitch don't know who the fuck that is, well, I don't know what to tell you. But
he's the guy with the big mustache, right?
yeah. Now apparently he cheated on his wife and there's a whole thing with that whole thing and I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Kind of lost my there's certain things I'm not cool with. People doing, I'm friends with people who've done that kind of shit, but I'm not going to support people who do that really. So especially if you're a streamer and you do stuff like that. I mean, I know there's things that can happen in life, but like there's other ways to go about it. I've never been cool with cheating on people. So that's just my opinion on it. But the fact of the matter is they were getting mad that I talked about him in another, okay. And I understand people could be like, oh, it's disrespectful. And things like that. It's like, really? Why is it disrespectful? Why? We're in a forum, in a chat, talking in a chat where there's other streams. Do you think it really, really matters? Especially when it's someone that big? That'd be like me talking about Ninja, and you getting mad at me talking about Ninja in your stream. Do you think no one knows who the fuck Ninja is?
I don't know. I'm kind of like a two-way street on that, though. Basically, like I try not to talk crap about people because it always comes back to you, and like no matter what it is,
I wasn't talking crap about anyone. No, I was just talking about hey, this, I saw this guy. He's got like a crazy outfit. Did you ever see that guy before? Oh man, like that kind of shit. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's okay, I guess. Basically I'll talk about say Burial, right? He's a streamer in our like mechwarrior community. Does some great videos of once per day. He does his daily dose, and so he does a build every single day. And it's like, damn man, I cannot believe he makes those builds, and he has to think up a build every single day and make a video, type of thing. And I admire that, right?
Right.
And talking like that, that's fine. Yeah, basically, like I do that sometimes on my stream too.
No, yeah, and but here, that's the thing. Like I was mentioning I was like, man, I gotta really point out that's you know, I gotta point out that I like that person's dedication. Because because that's what I said about Dr. Disrespect. I'm like, that man puts on like a whole outfit every time he streams, like wig, everything, like a whole shebang. Like that's some fucking dedication. That's
definitely.
that's like going on set for TV. And they were upset that I was talking about that. And it's like, why? Why do you care? To me, when people get mad at stuff like that, it's insecurity. That's all you can call it. That's all you can call it. It's insecurity. Because why would you be worried about someone talking about that person in your chat, other than if you're worried maybe some reason that people would go over there? It's the only thing I can imagine. Why else would you care?
Yeah, basically, like, it's like a minefield, man. There's so many different things out there. It's YouTube's a minefield, Twitch is a minefield. It's just like there's so much stuff that like you do or do not do, and you really got to watch like different things that you do. Like there's some videos that I want to go make. That's why like I started Old Bob Slightly Annoyed, because then I could talk about subjects that kind of piss me off a little bit.
Right.
And Fallout 76 was the main thing about the whole like 4 videos that I made. But I couldn't talk about that because I wanted my channel to be like positive, right? Very positive. But then I had to do this. I had to get this out. And so, I forget where it's going now. Going with this. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I forgot where it's going with this, man. Damn it.
Well, we were talking about talking about other other streams and things like that. I was just pointing out. I didn't want to get too much into it. I was just saying that I think people don't need to get their panties in such a bunch when people say, "Oh, I'm a streamer too," or anything like that. Unless they're sitting there blatantly fucking posting their shit in your chat, of their channel. So what? Talk about maybe some things about being a streamer. There's a lot of discussion that can come into talking about things about being a streamer. So, anyways, I think we've really we've gotten everything. Is there anything else that you can think of?
Pretty much like we talked about, basically like kind of tips for streamers, just have fun, man. Once you get burnt out and have it as a job, it's gonna suck, and you just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because that happened with me in Star Trek Online. I got burnt out big time. And so, just gotta make sure you just have fun. That's it. Games are supposed to be fun. Twitch is supposed to be fun. Enjoy yourself, what you're doing, and once you enjoy yourself, people start following. People start like saying, hey man, I want to go watch this person. I want to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they want to be with you. Basically, who wants to go sit there and listen to someone, bitch out all the time? I don't want to sit there because I get that at work.
I mean, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I'll rage about some shit. I'll
Yeah.
rage on a game like this motherfucking game, but I think people enjoy that.
I'll go off sometimes. Don't be wrong. Like even go off on the podcast sometimes, but it's just I'll rather watch a person that's positive because then I feel good because that's the reason why I'm watching something that's there to feel good, not to be all stressed out and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we've covered a lot of things in this. It's been a great episode, but it's always good having you on. Anytime you want to come on the episode, on for off the cuff, just let me know. It's as easy as popping in here and just chatting away. It's always good. The more co-hosts, the more fun we could have, and have discussions. But yeah, this has been absolutely great. Glad having you, and can't wait to have you next time.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I've known you for, like almost 7 years, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And yeah, I had no problem. I just asked, dude. I have no problem. Say, hey, Bob, be on here. It's like, cool, okay. I'll tell you, no, or yay, nay, based on what I'm doing or something like that. I have no problem with it, man. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, this has been great. So thanks all for watching. We're about to roll the outro. So we'll see you next week at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right.
Yay.
Make sure you go and watch. But for all of you, we're out now. Say bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Everyone.